At the last minute, Whiskey begged Gin to ride in the family's SUV because Whiskey was trying to convince their parents to let her keep a cat in the trailer, and she thought Gin could help her case. I have a feeling that conversation will not go the way Whiskey thinks it will. An axle on the truck that carries Lars's Ferris wheel breaks in two, and the alternator gives out on Mom's truck. Those kinds of things we have come to expect over the last few days, but not what happens to the Gran Torino. We're flying down the highway after a stop for gas when something heavy thumps from underneath the hood of the car. Marcel and I look at each other. I'm willing to write it off as a rock or clump of dirt that must have been kicked up from the road. Marcel and Emma continue to play some sort of game they've made up involving movie quotes, and I grip onto the wheel a little bit tighter, more mindful of the road in front of me. 15 miles fly beneath the tires before the dial marking the car's heat begins to rapidly crawl upward. Shit. I steer toward the shoulder. We'd been pulling up the rear of the long line of trucks and trailers and cars, and not a one of them has noticed our trouble. As the caravan speeds down the highway, I throw a nervous glance to Emma, sitting next to me in the passenger seat. I know what happens once the curse victim gets too far from the heart of the carnival, and I can't bear to see that happen to her. But Marcel and I have managed to fix 100 minor problems with this car before, so I push the horrible thought aside as we get out to see what's wrong. Steam billows from under the open hood. After a minute of poking around, I find the problem. The fan belt has snapped cleanly in two. As Marcel hangs over the side of the car, checking the coolant levels, I hold the belt up and peer at it from over my glasses. This was not a natural break. Someone cut this. I run some mental calculations and figure that without the belt running the alternator and with the radio and air conditioning on and draining the battery, then yeah, we probably would have made it just this far before the car gave out. Receipts for car parts and fast food spill out of the glove compartment as I rummage through for the prepaid cell phone we keep for emergencies like this. I press my thumb to the power button, but it won't turn on. I try again. Again. Shit. I fling the cheap plastic thing onto the side of the road. No one knows we broke down, and more importantly, no one is going to stop. What the actual hell? Marcel says. Marcel, I say. It wasn't a great phone, I'll admit, but Marcel, I say quietly, we've got a bigger problem at the moment. His eyes grow wider and wider as I explain what will happen to Emma if she's separated from the carnival for too long. How long have we got? He's frowning, and I can tell he's already compiling a list of what we'll need. A new belt, a battery because ours is now dead, and there seemed to be no passerby on this desolate stretch of road, some coolant, and just how far away from one we might be. Before I can answer him, Emma steps out of the car and into the blazing Texas sunshine. What's going on, guys? Her fingers grip at the edge of the door, and the rubber seal squeaks in protest. Hurry, I say to Marcel. I don't say please, but then I'm sure he knows. Our next stop is a little town called Bryan, and Marcel jogs down the tree-lined highway in that direction. Fear has already bloomed in Emma's eyes. What's wrong with the car? I still have the broken belt clenched tight in my fist, and I hold it out to her. Someone sabotaged the car. She nods, most likely going over the list of potential perpetrators, just like I am. I had told her about the Morettis and the beating they gave me, hoping to get me to leave. Even now, I can see them laughing it up in their trailer as they think of us stranded, grease still caked in the creases of their fingers. But that is a problem for later. The carnival caravan has long disappeared over the horizon, and Marcel's sky blue t-shirt is a smudge bobbing along the side of the road. How long has Emma been separated from the carnival? 10 minutes? 20? And how long will it take for the effects of the curse to sink into her bones, to paralyze and trap her within her own body?